Hey, K fam. Welcome to
Hey
the
guys,
show.
welcome back to the show. What's happening, y'all?
Hello, y'all. Welcome. I'm Ken.
I'm Kelis, and we're going to get straight into the show. Today, we are talking about Levi Axtell. Now, a year ago, we went into this information. We talked about Axtell and what is going on. And we're going to do a little bit deep dive about the guy that he unalived, Scully. Lawrence V. Scully. So we're going to go and do a little bit of deep dive in that, like we did before, and then also we're going to do an update to see what's going on with Levi Axtell. So don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and comment down below. And if you're watching the live, please do engage and let us know how you feel, because we better get into this. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, and send your friends to our channel, too.
Send your friends to our channel. So, without further ado, Levi Axtell was a man who sacrificed his freedom for his daughter. Okay? Yep. And at that time, which was back in, it was last year, right? 2023.
Well,
and at the time.
Well, did it happen in 2023?
Yeah, 2023. Okay. Yeah, okay. 2023. And there's so much information that I have found out in between this time. We know we said that we're going to come back and let y'all know the updates, and it's just been on my heart to do it, so we're doing it now a year later. Well, actually a whole year later. But anyways, previously on our show, we spoke about this. Now, this is what I want to get into, because I'm going to show a little clip from our show where it showed where Ken and Kelis, they were talking about how they never seen a picture. They could not find a picture of Scully. But I'm here to tell y'all right now, we got some pictures of Scully. But before we begin with the pictures, before I show y'all the pictures, let's get into this clip real quick. And we're going to do it. Check it out, y'all. Go ahead.
The weird part about it is me and Kelis was trying to look for a photo of the accused and the one that got unalived, and we could not find no photo of him, but we could find a photo of the one who, unalived him, who was protecting his daughter.
Yeah, there he is. You can find lots of pictures of Levi Axtell.
Yeah.
But you couldn't find one picture of Lawrence Scully. I couldn't find one picture.
What's the point? He's gone anyway, so why don't they show any pictures of him?
Because they're because they're minor attracted persons sympathizers.
You know what? And can I backpedal off what Kelis just said?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So during the time where I was trying to look for Scully's pictures, I was like, what? My conspiracy tin has started tingling, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I was like, is it because y'all are protecting y'all own? That's what I started thinking. It was insane how we found all the pictures of the person who did it, but the one that was accused of SAing, well, we'll get into it. Because Scully, he had a very corrupt background.
Yes, he did. Absolutely. Yeah, he did. Now, y'all ready to see the pictures of Scully's? And actually, I'm not going to put any names out there, okay?
Okay.
But before, in the beginning of this year, a family member reached out to us and let us know about Scully. And I finally went into the Minnesota Star Tribune, and I actually have to subscribe for that. So I have the article, which I'm going to read on that, but I will not pull that up because it has names on there. And I honestly do not feel comfortable with showing the names. But anyways, with that, everything came together and matched. We're putting the puzzle pieces together. But anyways, with Scully, here's one picture of Scully. That's Lawrence Scully. So now everybody can put a face to Scully. Since the last time a year ago, we didn't have a face of what this man looked like. And then we're going to go to this picture as well. Okay, he seems like he's just like he's a chill granddad, right?
Old man, innocent old man. That's what he looks
He
like.
looks like he's an innocent, chill, gold granddad, but that is not the case because, like I said, we're going to go into a little bit of deep dive about Scully before we get into the update about Axel. Now, trigger warning here with this picture.
Mm-hmm.
I covered the little girl's face because I do not want to show her, but look at this. This was on his page, his Facebook page. Look
Who's
at
the
this.
little girl?
Exactly. Who is she?
And why are they in the woods? Is that his granddaughter, or maybe?
No, I don't think so, because I was told by the family member to go look at his Facebook page and to go look on his photos to see how uncomfortable they felt. How what's the word that they said? They said it was disturbing.
Yeah.
Of the pictures that, and I didn't show all the pictures either because I'm like, I ain't about to do that. But this is one picture that actually stood out to me.
I don't
see that. Look in his eyes. Look in his eyes. Look.
Oh,
look
at him. Yeah, they look like weirdo eyes.
Like, why is he leaning? Anyways, no. Okay. But here's another picture that I found that I thought that would be a really good part of the show. What are those? In the chat, somebody tell me, what do you see on the screen? What's that picture of? What is those that we see in the picture right now?
What am I looking at, Kelis? What is this?
Somebody, I want the chat to tell me what they're looking at right now. This is Scully's picture, because you see right there it says Lauren Scully, April 29th, 2011. Somebody tell me what y'all see that's hanging on the wall that he took a picture of. Okay. Isn't that like
was he like a hunter or something? Was he a hunter? Because hunters do stuff like that.
But like, seriously though, isn't that ironic though?
Yeah.
Because it was said that Axel, we're gonna get into it more, but Axel unalived him with a shovel and with moose antlers.
Yeah, so for somebody to be unalived that way, personal, because it was definitely personal. The person who's doing the unaliving definitely had to have a real big reason why they did it. Not that I'm justifying murder, okay? I ain't doing
exactly.
That. But that person who's doing it had to feel something extreme. Unless
it was extreme. And as I'm trying to put the puzzle piece together, when I saw that picture on his Facebook, I'm like, did Axel unalive him with his own moose antlers?
I believe so.
What do y'all think in the chat? Let us know what y'all feel in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, comment down below and let us know what you think. Was he unalived with his own moose antlers?
That is some it.
That is something. That's right. Enjoying the circus antlers. That's exactly what it is. It's moose antlers. And I found that to be very ironic when I saw that. When I saw that in his photo album, I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, let's get into it. Let's do a little bit of deep dive about Scully because we didn't really get into the more information about him. And like I said, a family member reached out to us and everything matches up what this family member did tell us about. And I'm reading, again, like I said, I'm reading the Minnesota Star Tribune. I did have to subscribe to it. I will put the link in the chat. I'll do that right now. But if you want to read the full article, you do have to subscribe. And again, like I said, I don't want to put it on the screen because you will be able, if I share it, you will be able to see the full article. But I just really, honestly, I don't feel comfortable with showing people's names. So let's get into this article. The Minnesota Star, and it was around April 29, 2023. He unalived a monster. Speaking about Axel unalived a monster at Grand Marais. Man's death has locals pulling for his alleged unaliver. Levi Axel, who confessed to unaliving Lawrence V. Scully, has a lot of support from those who knew about the dead man's past. Okay, so we're getting to Scully, y'all. So the Grand Marais.
Wait, Kelis, real quick. And just to let everybody know, like, not that I'm saying it's any better, but after he did do the unaliving, he drove right to the police station and turned himself in.
Yeah, but we're gonna get into it, boo. We're gonna get into it. You're getting ahead of yourself, but we're gonna get into it. Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely right about that. We are definitely gonna get into that. So it says the Grand Marais, Minnesota. This is a neighbor that is speaking.
Mm-hmm.
The neighbor had a long known the details of her, and it is a she, of her next door neighbor's past, which we're speaking about Scully, a conviction for child essay decades ago. She kept a stun gun. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to say it. A stun pow pow in her home, and was always hyper aware of Lawrence Scully's movement. So she knew about him. Like she had that discernment about the man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She had that discernment about him. There haven't been a lot of children who have lived in a golfer cabins complex. So I'm guessing that's the area that they lived in, the complex that they lived in Grand Marais. But she warned the families of those who did. You know how y'all listen. Y'all know how that y'all have some of the nosy neighbors looking around, and they can tell anybody what this person is doing in that household.
Like her grandma used to be. Like Granny used to be.
Right, exactly. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's really not a bad thing.
Right, it's not.
That neighbor could be truly looking out for you.
Yeah.
So this neighbor.
Mm-hmm. I know our sister got a nosy neighbor.
Right. So this neighbor said she wasn't surprised when she heard that Scully had been unalived by a man who feared he was stalking his daughter and other children. So it was not just his daughter, it was other children that he feared that Scully was stalking. Okay. Levi Axtell in a bloody shirt walked. See, this is what you're speaking about, Ken. In a bloody shirt, walked into the police station on March 8th and confessed to beating Scully, and he was 77 at the time, to death. Just gonna say whatever, with a shovel and deer antlers, or other people would say it was moose antlers. According to the court records, the 27-year-old, we're speaking about Axel, said he had known Scully for years and believed he had SA'd children in the past and feared he would do it again.
I feel that too. Yeah, I feel like he would have done it too. Should we get into what he did in the past? Because I have some information. So what Scully, the man who was unalived, the 77-year-old man, what he did in the past is that when he was married, he SA'd his stepdaughter in 96, and he went to prison for 5 years, I believe. Yeah. And then he got out, and I guess he started over. He did not have to register, because back then, I guess things were different, where you did not have to get on the sex offender list, and he went under the radar, and that's how he was able to run for mayor. But when he ran for mayor, like, his background came out, and that's when everybody found out, like, his criminal background of him being
exactly. Because speaking of that, I did look that up, and Google says Scully was a notorious personality in Grand Marais. He ran for mayor in 2014. Though during the campaign, many called into question his past behavior as a convicted SA predator.
And he SA'd maybe he didn't go to prison for 5 years, but it was something. It was a 5-year-old who he SA'd, his stepdaughter.
No, it was a 6-year-old, it says.
6-year-old?
Maybe different, because there is different ages that are in these groups or in these articles. Because in the article that I read, it was a 6-year-old, but who knows? Between the ages of 5 and 6.
It don't matter. Still 5 and 6.
It don't matter. It's still disgusting.
Right.
Exactly. It don't matter. It's still disgusting. We're going to get further more into what the family member reached out to me and told me, which is actually in this article. That's why I know 2 witnesses, honey, is what I'm saying, okay? So we're going to get into it. But like, what did I have written down here? When he did run for mayor, we spoke about that. There was something that that you said that pointed out to me. Let me think. Let me collect myself with this. Because I feel like I'm always stimulated with this information, you know?
That he flew under the radar. He wasn't found out until he ran for mayor. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, this is what. Oh, this, no, yeah. But you did speak about how he went to prison, correct?
Yeah.
I was told by a source, a family member, and I'm just going to put it out there allegedly to protect us, that he was able to get out of prison due to him saying about religion issues. Religion. He was able to get out of prison because of religion.
Yeah, I think I read that too. And then I also read when they asked him, does he want any like counseling for, being a sex offender? Sorry, I just said it.
Well, whatever.
Being an SAer,
yeah,
he declined it. He didn't want to get no counseling for it. He didn't think nothing was wrong with him.
Because you can't fix that because it's deep and embedded into him. It's who he is. He's a person that wants to be with children. And he couldn't change that. And as I said, we're going to get more into that because it goes so much more. So much. But let's get into it. Let's not even waste any time. Let's get into it. Okay, so with this neighbor, she was saying that herself, she was a victim of childhood SA at the hands of a relative. She says that she supports Axel. So she recognized and she had that discernment about a person who is a offender, a predator, correct?
Yes.
And it said many in this town of Grand Marais, 1,300 on the north shore of Lake Superior have railroaded around the confessed killer. I guess they're speaking about Axel, including members of the dead man's estranged family who have their own accusations of SA abuse against Scully, and I've helped with fundraising drives for Axel's family. Honey, let me tell you, the source that reached out to me told me exactly this. And we're gonna go down into this this article. I keep saying it, but like just y'all just keep listening. Again, don't forget, if you are a subscriber or if you have not subscribed, subscribe to your channel. If you are watching, thumbs up our channel because it was shown that we have 52% of people that are not subscribed to our channel. So subscribe to our channel and don't forget to thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, y'all be watching from the bushes, not trying to thumbs up the video. You're already watching. Once you thumbs up it, it's free.
Right. Exactly. So thumbs up. Okay. I'm really honestly trying to pull myself together because this honestly has been on my mind and something just kept pulling me. It's like, go back and do this update about this after all the information that I have received and that I have researched. So I'm like, okay, I have to do it. So,
okay. So what did the family member tell you exactly?
Okay, there's so much that the family member did tell me that. Okay, I'll give you a clue on this one thing because the article is going to explain itself, right? That the family member that reached out to me, excuse me, did tell me that Scully is indeed an offender, an SA offender. He is a predator, and he has been for a long time, and that 7 of his siblings.
What?
And one of the siblings, he impregnated at the age of 12 to 13 years old.
What was the mama and daddy doing?
Oh, we're going to get into that. This article explains what the mommy and daddy did. You're asking excellent questions, Kendra, and that's why I am overstimulated right now because I feel like I want to rush into it, but I feel like I need to take my time.
What's going on in folks' homes?
Yeah, seriously, that's what it is. So may I continue with this article? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm probably gonna skip through a couple of things so that we can actually get to what you were speaking about, Ken. So the neighbor was speaking about that. Let's see, including members of the dead man's estranged family who have their own accusation of SA abuse against Scully and have helped with fundraising drives for Axel's family because I'm pretty sure that they agree what they have done to their brother, sister, sibling, family member, whoever. And the neighbor said, it's too bad that it came to this. Scully's niece, who designed t-shirts with slogans that to support people affected SA, that proceed of which goes to Axel's family, but nobody is sorry he's gone. Listen to this. Nobody is sorry that he's gone.
He had to be a real
monster
for family, even siblings to say that.
Yeah.
You know what they say, dogs have to be put down sometimes.
They do though, like for real. So I'm going to skip some of this. Like I said, I believe I put the link in the article in the chat, so you have to subscribe, like pay $1 and actually read the full article. But this is let's go. Please do it. I'm so sorry that I feel like I'm like, okay, anyways. So Levi Axtell and Lauren Scully first officially tangled about 5 years ago. So this was back in 2023. This article was made in 2023. So do the math, y'all. Okay. Levi Axtell and Lawrence Scully first officially tangled about 5 years ago when Axtell petitioned Cook County for a restraining order against Scully. And remember when we did speak about in our video, our previous live that we spoke about this, is that Axel did try to get a restraining order against Scully, which was a warning towards him, right? Is what we spoke about, correct?
Because didn't he see him looking at his daughter at the park or something?
Yeah. And it says that he accused a longtime resident of parking near, here we go. Because we read about a daycare, but this article says that he accused a longtime resident of parking near the Cook County YMCA where young children, including Axtell's nearly 2-year-old daughter, regularly walked past his van. Now, I do have a question about this. Did Axtell or maybe the mother drop the daughter off at 2? There's no way that the parent had to be with the 2-year-old daughter going to the YMCA, don't you think? So that was a little confusing to me when I read that. What do you think?
Unless they're going to like a daycare there. I think they might have one there while the parents.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we're filling in the puzzles here. We're filling in the pieces. Okay.
Can I say something else?
Sure. Go ahead.
We're talking about what Scully was doing.
I
also read that he would park his van near children and watch them. He would try to give them candy. He would watch girls play volleyball all closely. Just weirdo stuff.
Yeah. It's very odd. Very, 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 very weird. This dude, he was not an innocent. Like let me show y'all again. This man right here, you would think, oh, look at Grandpa. Grandpa, he looks so innocent. He wouldn't harm anybody.
Is that a camera around his neck? Is that his camera?
I don't know. It looks like a camera to me. That's in some type of camera pouch.
Yeah, case. Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you, I didn't share all the pictures I saw on the Facebook. I was like,
how them predators be acting like they're taking pictures of the birds and knowing damn well,
right? And they know dang on well that they're not taking that. And that's another thing. He was involved in the church. From what I've seen in the pictures, he was involved in the church.
Cliss, but don't you know that there's predators in the church?
I most definitely know that, Ken. I most definitely know that. For sure. So just look at this man here. You're thinking, oh, you can walk past a man that looks just like him these days, and you don't think anything of it.
Nope. He could be.
But you don't know the monster that is awaiting for your little child. Lord have mercy. But anyways, let's get back into it. So Axel said, I fear for my daughter's safety and well-being, knowing that Scully is out there stalking and grooming children, like giving them gifts and stuff, just like you mentioned, Ken. Axel said, according to transcripts from the court hearing, and while I'm at work and unable to watch out for her, it's very distressing for me. So he knew, he had a feeling in his heart that this man is trying to groom and try to get a hold of his daughter.
Yeah.
Because he had to go to work and he wasn't at ease in his mind and in his heart. Axel wasn't at ease when he went to work because he was worried. He feared for his daughter. And I would too. Okay. Axel didn't have specific instances of harassment, so they say. The request was based on things that he had heard secondhand about Scully. A prison sentence, rumors of public misconduct at a local restaurant that he waved at children when they passed by him. What? Like, come on. Okay.
I mean, I know there's people who wave at kids. I don't necessarily want to say they're predators, but wow.
Quick story, Quick story. Remember, Ken, when we lived at Derrick Court? Remember that when you go and you walk up the hill that little hill after you walk from the apartment complex, and you walk down that alley, and then you turn left and you walk up that little hill, right?
Yeah.
And then to the left, there's those little apartment complexes or studios, those little ranch style studios. Remember that old man that lived there?
Yep.
He was a predator, and guess what? That dude reminds me and looks just like Scully. Now that I think about it. And people always said, watch out for that man because something's up with him. Something is up with that man. Watch out. And I remember when we would walk up that street and we'll like go to Cody's or we'll go to the mini market. We will walk up that street and that guy just outside just watching us, just looking at us and just looking and watching, observing us. Oh, girl. I tell you.
But
and he looked just like Scully too.
That's insane because if he would have tried something and he would have been what I
Exactly. But okay, let me go ahead and I'm gonna try to get through this article here. Scully, the Cook County judge at the time told Axel that he couldn't justify a restraining order, but if Scully were to interact with Axel's daughter in light of hearing, the father would have a reason to reapply.
I don't like that because why is the law has waited so many times to intervene and it'd be too late. And then they'd be wondering why people take matters into their own hands.
I mean, exactly. Like people, they take matters to their own hands. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to feel justified to do this because it's going to make me feel better. Just like what the title says, it's like Levi Axel, the man that sacrificed his freedom for his daughter, because the authorities, the laws, as we would call it, did step in and did take him seriously.
Nope, they didn't.
About the matter, knowing that this guy had a record anyways. So just like you have, I don't know if you spoke about it in the last live that we have or tonight, that you spoke about that you think that he was Scully was definitely I think it was the last live that we spoke about a year ago, that you think that Scully is in with the authorities or some type of governor and stuff like that, which we did discover because he did run for mayor in that county. So that helped him out, I guess.
He's in the Brotherhood. That's why he was covered up. If you know, you know what I'm talking about.
If you know, you know. Anyway, but it also goes into and says, but what I've also heard from Mr. Scully is that he has no intent of doing anything like that. I certainly hope that's the case. The judge, this is the judge that's speaking, and I'm not going to say the judge's name, but the judge said that in 2018, in the 2018 hearing.
Hold on, enjoy the circus. I can't speak on that on YouTube.
Oh, did he say something? Oh, let me see.
What is the Brotherhood?
Oh, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Somebody will explain to you later. We'll explain it to you later. But anyways, okay, yeah, because you would think that, looking at this picture made it seem like that way, eh?
You know, yeah. What is that around his neck, though? What are those necklaces? I'm trying to
but look at the staff.
Yeah.
Anyways, next.
Yeah, I'm all into signs, so I be knowing when I be seeing certain signs, I be like,
conspiracy, whatever. Okay, all right. So, so this is the judge was saying that, but what I've also heard from Mr. Scully is that he has no intent of doing anything like that, which is a lie. And certainly hope that, and I certainly hope that is the case, said the judge in 2018 hearing, because I would hope that we don't have to have people come back into a court as a result of acts that may have occurred that may potentially justify the insurance of the harassment of restraining order. Okay, but this lawyer, or not lawyer, this judge at the time, who is currently handling the unalived case is not able to comment for the story. Axel's family declined an interview request.
Isn't that like a conflict? What did I say? What's the word? Oh my God, what am I looking for?
Conflict of interest?
Yeah, there we go. Conflict. I said conflicts. What is happening, Kendra? Okay. Yes. Do that because he was the judge over the protection order. So he threw it out because the judge threw it out. So wouldn't there be a conflict of interest to be the judge over the unaliving case? Wouldn't that be?
I don't know if anybody knows. If anybody can answer that question, please put it in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, please comment down below and let us know, because honestly, I can't say that I know that answer.
Y'all be asking questions. Sorry.
Yeah, I honestly don't know that question. I wish I could help, but I don't know. Yeah. But the Axel's update is not as long as the deep dive with Scully. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. So we're almost there, y'all. So just keep holding on. If you have any questions, put in the chat. If you have any comments, please put in the chat. Don't forget to thumbs up the stream, y'all, okay? We would really appreciate it. Please. So it says Axel wasn't alone in his suspicions about Scully. This is where we get into the siblings. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to hear about what the siblings had to say, or at least a couple of the siblings had to say in this article, which I have heard personally, because I did not go into this article. I've recently went into this article. I was told this a few months ago, like early this year, and I didn't even go into the article. But that's how I know that it's true, because what they have told me is exactly as what's in the article. Well, a family member at least. Yes. Okay. So it says 2 of Scully's 7 younger siblings have gone to great lengths to avoid contact with their older brother. Speaking of Scully, difficult in a town that covers less than 3 square miles. Blank Scully, which is the brother of Scully, and another brother of Scully described that their childhood on Minnesota hobby farms as one of a torture. They're saying that they were tortured by Scully. They referred to their late parents. Here we go about the parents, which you asked about, Ken. They referred to their late parents by their first names, blank, blank, unwilling to use mom and dad. So they weren't able to use mom and dad. They had to use their name by their first name, is what I'm registering about that, because of the decades of mental, physical, and SA abuse at their hands, and what Lawrence was allowed to openly do to them. So from what I see, it's like the parents didn't give a dang on what Lawrence was doing to his siblings.
So the parents, did you just say the parents was essaying them too? Wait, what, did you read that wrong?
No, I'll reread it so that we can have an understanding. I'll reread it. It says that they referred to their late parents by their first names, blank, blank. They were unwilling to use mom and dad because of the decades of mental, physical, and SA abuse at their hands. So yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So the parents was, okay, so that's the thing. Like when predators go out here offending. When they go out here offending, it was done to them. Like they learned that behavior somewhere.
Yeah.
So the parents was doing that to Scully, and then he turned around and did that to his siblings, along with the parents doing it to their siblings or their children. Like, this sounds like a messed up family. I'm sorry.
It is a messed up family. Oh, bless their hearts. But you know what? The family that actually, sources that actually did reach out to me, God bless them, because all the things that they would go through, you would really truly think that they would be messed up, but they seem like decent people. You know what I'm saying? So God bless them. God bless them, really, truly. But as the article says, they were not parents, said one of the siblings. Sitting at his kitchen table were piles of legal documents and newspaper articles about his late brother.
I don't get it. I never understood how people can do this type of stuff to their own kids. I don't see how they could do it to no kids, but especially their kids.
They're monsters, just like they said. they were monsters, and they made and they made it hard for them, you know. And I don't know how to say this word. Is it trifecta of what Larry is? So they pretty much taught Larry how to be like them. Is what I'm getting out of this article.
Yep.
And Larry, which is Lawrence Scully, just went on and took it to a whole new level, is what it said. Is what the sibling said. He took it into a whole nother level than what their parents did. We're deep diving, y'all.
Thanks, JW Mac. He answered the question.
Oh yeah, enjoying the circus. If you want to look and see what the Brotherhood is, JW Mac said it in the chat. Yeah. So, anyways, it says Lawrence Scully got his, and this is what I spoke about earlier. 13-year-old sister pregnant, according to one of the siblings, who was 4 years old at the time and remembers the waiting room of the abortion clinic.
What? Who?
Yeah. The next year, Lawrence touched this sibling's genitals when he was in the shower. This is what the sibling said about his brother. And then another sibling said he believes the reason he started wetting the bed again as a kid was to keep Lawrence from coming to him in the night. Oh my God. You see? And this people, and then some people probably think that this dude is just some kind of guy, young man coming into an old man's home and just unaliving him just because. But this dude is a monster, and it is so true of what you see and what you're hearing about this. And I know that this is supposed to be a live about an update with Axel, but we really, like I said before, we really didn't deep dive into Scully. And this actually going through all this information helps us to realize why Axel did the act, why he did what he did. You know? So I'm going on. Their parents, speaking about the Scully family, their parents did nothing to stop the assaults, the brothers said. It wasn't until after Lawrence Scully was an adult and married that he would face charges for his actions.
Yep.
He was 33 years old when he pleaded guilty to second-degree criminal SA conduct in Kennebec County Court after SA and a 6-year-old girl.
His stepdaughter. Yep.
And I hope it's not that, because if it is that little girl that's in that picture, I'm going to feel really bad about that sharing that. At least I didn't show her face, but if it's that little girl that's in that picture, I'm going to feel terrible.
No, it couldn't be, because he looked older than that. He was 33 when he did that.
Remember? That is true. That is true. You're right. It says 33 when he did that. Okay. It's still sick. He served about a year in prison and petitioned for post-eviction or conviction relief when he was released in 1982. He ended up in the Grand Marais, where his parents and his sibling had relocated, and where he continued to live much of his life alongside his parents. He took over the family property after his mother passed in 2013, according to his family. So it says that Scully's felonies past might have remained a rumor and passed by word of mouth from longtime residents to new neighbors if he hadn't run for mayor of Grand Marais in 2014. In the days before the election of the Cook County News, Herald reports on his conviction, he lost the mayoral bid. So he lost because of, the rumors that was going around about him, like we spoke about earlier, correct?
His background.
Yeah, his background, exactly. So, let me see here. Okay, we're almost done with this article here. I know, because y'all, I thought that I was gonna come. We were gonna go in and do like a recording, and that was gonna be a short 5 minutes. But this is not short at all. We really have to dig deep into Scully, because it's just, it's just a whole mess, y'all. It really is. And we're going to get to the chat. I'm going to get to the chat after I read this article because this article is a bit long. So I just want to make sure that we get through this information about Scully because it could help somebody, pinpoint a predator like himself. Okay. So Patrick's, I said it, Lord Jesus. Let me take a drink. I shouldn't have said that.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. So Scully got 50-year, 1,000-foot perimeter restraining order. Again, I'm sorry. I know that you saxed people out, but I'm sorry. I just want to say sorry in advance, okay? Sorry. Restraining order against his brother on behalf of several family members, his wife and his brother, and his other brother. I almost got that one too. It was still in effect when Lawrence died or passed. In the petition filed in 2019, the sibling cited a long life history of SA and verbal abuse and torture to myself and his other 6 siblings. He said Lawrence also followed his car and watched him from afar, sometimes interrupting both him and his wife at work. Like, what kind of creep is that? Somebody please do explain that. So the restraining order didn't keep Lawrence Scully away. So we already know that he was cuckoo in the head. Like he was just willing to do. He had his mindset on the person that he was. He wasn't. It's not somebody that's saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it for a little while. Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna try to do my best," and like being like repentant and all. No, he's like, "I ain't repenting none of this. I am what I am, and I'm gonna go for it."
Yeah, and he messed around and he found out he got with the wrong daddy. Sorry.
He sure did. He messed with the wrong one.
Right.
Yes, he sure did. So it goes on and says the restraining order didn't keep Lawrence Scully away. He continued to popped up on them in public events, occasionally in the Gandalf costume, watching his sibling. And in late 2020, a public health and human services filed a petition for a judicial commitment for Scully, who was deemed to pose a risk of harm due to mental illness. Now, let me ask y'all, speaking about Scully, Lawrence Scully to be exact, do you guys deem him as that he has a mental illness, or do y'all say something else? What do y'all think? Let us know in the chat, because we're going to get to it. Let me see. Let me look at the chat here real quick.
He got demons.
Yeah, like you said, JW Mac, people are evil is why they do evil things. That is correct. And enjoying the circus, that's sick. Yeah.
He definitely is a sicko. Well, he was a sicko.
So, Ken, what do you think? Do you think that Scully is mentally, before he passed, because due to the act that Axel did to him, do you deem him as being mental illness?
No, I think he's full of hell. I think he's full of hell. Couldn't even get it out. He's
right,
full of hell.
Like, you bypass the mental illness stage, dude. All the stuff that we're reading and hearing about you have bypassed mental illness, sir. Okay?
In him.
Yeah, because it says, according to court documents, his caseworker at the time was blank, a social worker for Cook County Community Human Services. She was married. Wait, hold up. A social worker for Cook County Community Human Services. She was married to Axel between 2018 and 2020, and she shares a child with him. So is that how Axel knew about Scully?
I don't know.
Do I need to read that again for everybody to understand what I just read?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, according to court documents, his caseworker at the time, blank, because I'm not going to say her name, a social worker of Cook County Community Human Services. She was married to Axel between 2018 and 2020 and shares a child with him. So she was a caseworker for Scully.
She was a caseworker for Scully?
She was a caseworker for Scully.
What was she doing with him? Like, what kind of caseworker? Like Social Security or something like that?
Well, it says that, okay, so it says in 2020, blank of Cook County Public Health and Human Services, filed a petition for a judicial commitment for Scully, who was deemed to pose a risk harm due to mental illness. According to court documents, his caseworker at the time, a social worker for Cook County Community Human Services, was married to Axtell between 2018 and 2020 and shares a child with him. So it was like a caseworker. She was Scully's caseworker. It said it was documented.
And he was trying to groom her daughter?
I'm guessing, because it's like if you try to put the pieces together with that, it's like, okay, because Axel had to know something about this man.
Right.
And with this information, because of course the wife is gonna come home and tell and tell her husband about him, and so Axel, being the predator that he is, maybe sees that she had a daughter or a kid or whatever. I don't know. Like, this is a lot.
I couldn't do that job. I couldn't do that job. I couldn't be no therapist, hearing people talk about their evil minds. I'll just be looking at them crazy. Get up out of my office. Crazy.
Yeah, it said that Scully, after this, it says Scully was briefly given a stay of commitment, but he was unable to meet his conditions and was sent to mental health facility in Baxter, Minnesota. He wasn't gone long. So they commit him as being mentally ill, but it didn't last long to where he was sent to. Because one of his siblings says that he remembers a phone call he got from his brother about 2 months later. He's back.
I'm sorry, that
is not a good thing.
That man wasn't trying to change. He's like Michael Myers.
Right. He surely is like Michael Myers. My goodness. Oh my gosh. But they're just let me see if I'm gonna scan through this. I'm just gonna glance through it because let me see if there's any other information on here that we need to know. Just give me just a quick second here. Cook County Sheriff at the time said there have been unaliveds in Grand Marais, but he can't recall someone being beaten to death in the way Scully was.
It was personal. Not that I'm condoning unaliving. I'm just saying, like, I understand where Axtell was coming from. Like, I understand. Because I'm a parent, so I get it.
Never. He never seen. Oh, my goodness. It says the connection between the confessed unalived's family and the victim's estranged family was first forged online almost immediately following the unaliving. So Axtell, I don't want to say her name. One of Axtel's siblings started an online fundraising campaign and was quick to help out, designing, then selling T-shirts for proceeds going to Axtel's family organization that they support survivors of SA. And then early this month, the Scully siblings all wore the matching dark T-shirts with the words, "Our connection is our strength. Two families, one goal. Stop childhood SA."
Yep.
God bless them. Seriously. Emotions are strong, no doubt about that. Who knows Axtell and his family? Instead, Scully had often visited his office with complaints. Given the past of Mr. Scully and even the past of Mr. Axtell, you have people on both sides who feel very strongly. Around town, people here think fondly of Axtell, who has a big smile and favors the dad jokes, and say they aren't in favor of something. They said, I don't know what that says, but they won't miss Scully. But they won't miss Scully. They said they're not going to miss Scully. So these are just little reports anyway that they say. All right, okay, so that was a lot about Axtell. I mean, sorry, not about Axtell. That was a lot about Scully. So that ends the articles, the little bit of deep dive about Scully. And if anybody's watching that has more information about Scully, don't forget to comment down below if you are watching the replay to let us know information. So I'm just going to go quickly into Axtell now, about the update with Axtell. Axel, this article, should I share the article? Do you think?
It
Should I
doesn't
share
matter.
the
Yeah, I think, yeah, you
You
can.
know what? I'm just gonna read it and I'll put it in the chat
Okay.
because it's easier that way. It really is easier that way. So let me put this article in the chat. This article is from. I'm just gonna glance through this one as well. February 12, 2024 of this year. One thing that stood out to me. Well, first it says that 7 months after he was found incompetent, court proceeding remained suspended for the man accused of fatally unaliving a 77-year-old unprovoked home invasion, which we're speaking about Axel unaliving Scully.
Why they gotta keep bringing in that 77?
Because remember the last slide that we had, I said, is there a such thing as elderly privilege? Remember I said that?
Mm-hmm.
That could be the reason. Maybe it could have them. Maybe the article is saying that so that people can sympathize with the 77-year-old, the old man who is actually indeed a predator. He is a known predator and it's not alleged. He is one. So
I don't sympathize. I don't feel nothing.
Right, exactly. And here, so they said that Levi Grand Marais went with the mental health evaluator Monday. So this article was made back in February. Monday morning to determine if his unaliving case can resume, said one of the Cook County attorneys. And it says the psychologist previously reported to the court that Axel suffers from severe paranoia. Listen to this. This is what really got me. Y'all listen to this. A psychologist previously reported to the court that Axel suffers from severe paranoia, delusion, and hallucinations, seeing himself as a hero for having unalived an SA offender and former mayoral candidate Lawrence Vincent Scully.
Okay, well, maybe he is a hero to a lot of people.
But the thing is that they're saying that he is hallucinating.
No, that does not make him crazy because he thinks he's a hero because he unalived somebody that was, for one, trying to groom his daughter, his 2-year-old daughter. Wasn't she 2?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hell no. Mm-mm.
So they show that he's incompetent, okay? That he couldn't go before the judge or the jury. With that, and then another article in March 21st, 2024, which I will copy that now and put it in the chat so that y'all can do a little research there. I'll put it in the chat as well. It says review was held for Levi Axel at the Lake County Courthouse on March 21st regarding his fitness to stand trial. Axel has been held in custody since he was charged with second-degree unaliving on March 10, 2023 for unaliving Lawrence Scully on March 8th of 2023. This past July, then Judicial District 6 Judge Blank ruled Axel not competent to stand trial.
Yeah,
because he went underneath evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're trying. Me personally, my opinion. This is my opinion. Is that the lawyer is trying to rule him, if that's the correct word, because I don't know law like that, or rule or deem him as being mentally ill, so that he can kind of like not, so he can get not much prison time. Is that how you would call it?
Yeah, not get sentenced. Don't get more time, like on his sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So it says that he was not competent to go into trial under the Minnesota Rule 20, and criminal proceedings were suspended since the time Axel has undergone further mental health evaluation to determine whether that initial determination stands. At today's hearing, Judge Blank ordered an additional Rule 20 evaluation to be prepared by a doctor. Okay. And they said the doctor was appointed by the court to evaluate Axel in 2023 when Axel's attorney requested a mental health and competency evaluation this time last year. A review hearing that additional Rule 20 evaluation is scheduled to be held at August 26, 24. Now, the next one that I did see is the closest updated one that I have here. It says that Axel review hearing is scheduled for August 26, 2024. A new evaluation of Axel's condition will be conducted prior to that date. So that's all the information that I have read that I could actually find about Axel.
Yeah,
so if anybody knows any further information, further detail about Axel, please let us know so that we can maybe discuss it in a future live or recording, whatever, so that we can get all the information correct. But really, that's all the information that I've seen about Axel updated in 2024, that he has gone underneath evaluation, and maybe he's going to be deemed as a mental illness, and just like the social work or the doctor was saying that he's hallucinating and all this other stuff, saying that he's a hero because of what he, the act that he did with Scully.
Makes me feel like he's a hero because he saved his daughter.
Yeah, right. So that's pretty much all the information that I have collected. I know that this has kind of been like it hasn't been that long, but it was so much information. I felt so overwhelmed with it, but I'm happy that I got through it, because I think that everybody should go in and see the deep dive about Scully, because this man, he's not an innocent man. Let me go ahead and put his picture back up. Let me put this one up, okay? This man that you're looking on our screen right now, he is not an innocent man. He is a predator. He is gone, and he's no longer in the life of the living. But what do y'all think? Kendra, you said that you had a question that you wanted to ask the audience. Ask them that question.
Do y'all think Scully, the man on the screen, do y'all think he messed around and found out? Did he get what he deserved? What do y'all think?
Put in the comment section. And if you're watching the replay, put in the chat if y'all watching live. And if you are watching the replay,
put in the comment section.
Put it in the comment section. Thank you. Enjoying this circuit said sounds that way. Yep. And what I missed from JW Mac, there's trauma when people unalive people. That's why people stay drunk or high, because their conscience is affected. And maybe so when it comes to, and even if they feel like they were doing the right thing, it still will get to them. So I agree with that. Scully got his judgment. We'll leave it there, y'all. So let's just see. We'll continue to look out. Hopefully, more information about Axel. About Levi Axel, and hopefully we'll get further information. But honestly, I looked and I could not find any further information than that. So if anybody has any further information, please comment and let us know, or reach out to us and let us know, and so that we can have that information for further use. So, again, I feel relieved. Because it's really been on my heart to do this. Is there anything else that you would like to speak about tonight?
I will see y'all next week when I discuss CPS.
Yes, that's what we will be discussing next week. So y'all get ready, okay? Make sure that y'all get y'all notifications together. So if y'all have some issues with y'all YouTube, make sure that notification bell is hit to all, so that you will not miss our upcoming shows. Because this CPS show, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be good. Thanks to Ken in her research, her intensive research. So get ready, y'all. Let the show begin.
Yes, CPS. They have failed many children, but I will be discussing one particular case.
Yeah, so we're gonna get ready for that. So I appreciate everybody for coming in tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And again, like we said in our last chat, hashtag free Axel.
I'm with that.
Please free him. Oh, Lord, help him. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers. See y'all next time.
See you next time. And don't forget to stay beautiful. Love y'all. Bye. Bye-bye.